Hello and welcome to another edition of the One Team We Agree On. I'm Jillian.
I'm Kyle. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
It's been a weird, was it 72 hours?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, it has been, but Union did not lose this weekend.
We didn't lose. Yay.
Yay.
The
And
losing streak was snapped, at least for now. So,
well, it's like putting a band-aid over a flesh wound, wouldn't you agree?
um, like I would say more than a flesh wound. Tis but a flesh wound.
Here's a flesh wound. Shout out to anybody that doesn't realize that. That's Monty Python and the Holy
I love
Grail.
Monty Python.
Classic. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Monty Python, although
Oh, that might be more fun.
it might be more fun.
But on second thought,
Let's
let's not
not.
go there. Tis a silly place.
Anyway, on today's show, we're going to talk about the new Live Breathe Football Varsity Top. I know you have some thoughts on it.
Yes.
We're going to talk about Nate Harrell and Jack McGlynn getting selected for the United States Olympic team.
Yes.
The roster was announced today, which is why we kind of held off a little bit and not recorded yesterday. We wanted to see who all got in. We have some thoughts on that. We'll talk about hot and steamy night versus New York Red Bulls for a rivalry night. And hey, Union 2 are staying hot.
Yes, they are.
So
That is a bright spot. Yay.
anyway, if you're watching on YouTube or on Spotify video, we're not wearing Union stuff right now. Well, you kind of are, but
So I am wearing, actually, I just got this the other day. I'm wearing a navy blue Philly City Connect t-shirt that I'm not going to turn around and show, but it has Brandon Marsh on the back. So,
what you got on Friday?
which I got on Friday. I stopped at Rally House on the way home from Subaru Park. I was down there for training and press conference. But yeah, I stopped and bought some stuff.
Yeah, and I'm wearing.
I don't approve.
I know you don't. I'm wearing even years. Bruce Bochy,
Mm-hmm.
2014.
Nothing monumental happened that year. No one cares.
Madison Bumgarner happened.
And no one cares.
No one listening to this podcast cares.
No.
But hey, I'm wearing San Francisco Giants.
Well, yeah. Guess what team's better right now, though?
I mean, that's fair. You got how many people?
7 All-Stars for the Phillies.
Giants got 2, and shout out to Elliot Ramirez.
Shout out to Matt Strom and Jeff Hoffman getting
also it was
chosen.
Luis Matos. So anyway, Luis Matos and Elliot Ramirez are like number 1 and number 2. They both got it. Ramirez did, Matos did. Shout out to them both, and Logan Webb.
And Ranger Suarez and Zach Wheeler and Bryce Harper and Trey Turner and Alec Boehm.
And you're welcome for Zach Wheeler.
Yes,
that was the first person I like literally in a draft like jumped up and down for because Giants were so high on him. And then we traded him for who was it? Carlos Beltran for a
washed up,
literally a like 2-month contract because he was injured.
You guys lost out on that trade.
Yep, we did.
Anyway, enough baseball talk, but very exciting though. At least the Phillies are, I mean, the series against the Braves was meh, but overall, it's been fun and it's been keeping me sane. Them and the Union too, amidst all this stuff. So we digress.
Anyway, so where can people find us?
You can find us on all your major podcasting platforms, as well as on YouTube at The One Team We Agree On. We are on Twitter at TOTWAG. We are on Facebook and Instagram at The One Team We Agree On. You can also follow our individual accounts as well. And we have our website, theoneteamweagreeon.com.
Yes, so let's get into it. But first and foremost, Live Breathe Football released their varsity tops and a whole line of MLS gear.
Well, it's varsity jacket, not top.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, they released a whole line, and we're going to share it. Weird timing considering
it was like a 94-degree day.
Yeah, and the Union posted, hey, we're going to do this, so we're going to look at it.
Yeah, $300, first of all. Ouch.
Ouch. Yeah, I mean...
Okay, my thoughts, first of all, I think they look great. And
I think all of them
look great. And Gosh, the $300 price tag though, I mean, yikes. But they are super nice and, if they weren't so expensive, I'd probably get one, but it's that price tag. I mean, listen,
I mean, I like
that's
the
a
back. The
lot.
back is beautiful,
Yeah, the back is, and I said
and the
that,
stitching's great.
oh yeah, like this is high quality, and the Live Breathe football stuff I have is really nice quality. I love the t-shirt that I have from them. I love the light blue sweatshirt that I have,
I
and
like
it's
the
super
rain
comfy.
jacket.
Yeah, and the rain jacket's really nice. So, I think that they should release a t-shirt that has that same like design that's on the back of the jacket. I think that'd look really nice and be a little bit more affordable because I think the design is awesome. I love the color scheme. I love the fonts used.
Right.
I think it looks great. Like this is quality stuff, but number one, that is way expensive for most people. Okay. And secondly, it's released when it's like a heat wave. So yeah,
Now, you can't control that.
you can't control that.
However, I will say this, I did not go into the Union store on Saturday, so I don't know, maybe they did. If you were in the Union store, please comment, was there anything new released outside of that jacket that the Union posted? Because I just did not have a chance to get down there
Yeah.
on Saturday. Few another thing, we saw some jokes, they have the support shield. Remember, Union won the Suncoast Invitational.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw some people saying, "Hey, they should have included that," and, also the Eastern Conference, I guess it's a paperweight trophy.
Yeah, Eastern Conference champion in 2022.
Yeah. I mean, hey, why not? I mean,
If it's enough for them to put it up on the, stadium, right? Maybe.
maybe.
But I think, obviously the shield, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's a nice top.
yeah, it is. So,
A
um,
anyway, let's move on. That was just a couple little thoughts. Jack McGlynn, Nate Harrell selected the, Olympic team along with Paxton.
yeah,
What
Paxton Aronson, former Union player who's now playing in Europe. So, tremendous honor. First of all, it's so funny. Of course, there's people out there on social media saying, "Oh, well, this team not gonna do well, and why don't they have this person, this person?" They don't realize, yeah, they have to be like under 23 or whatever. And for the most part.
and the other funny part is it's not a FIFA international window.
Nope. Uh,
So some clubs have said, and we've seen reports today and yesterday and leading up to this announcement that clubs are like, nope, sorry. Like everybody's like Aiden Morrison. Aiden
yeah.
Morrison would be great,
Yeah.
but his club just said, nope,
Yeah.
we're not going to release you, and
Now, yeah.
that's the reality of the situation.
The union do look at, and Jim look at, hey, this is the tremendous honor to represent your country. So this is tremendous and well deserved for Jack and Nate, Paxton, and all those guys. I mean, to represent your country at the Olympics, just tremendous. And I think that it is so incredibly well deserved for those guys.
What I
Jack and Nate have just been incredible. They've done so, so well.
Yeah, they have, and I think the nice touch was USA Soccer said to MLS, hey, you know what? Let those we'll let you know the roster a little early. They were selected so that during a game they can be recognized. I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah, so they were recognized before the game started on Saturday, and I thought that was great.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Jim said, yeah, his usual, yeah, it hurts. That we're gonna miss them. But he also brought up some things that, hey, this is an opportunity for them. They can move on in their career.
Hmm.
Um, if they have a great, Olympics, teams are going to come knocking at the door. Now, will the Union sign or not? Who knows?
Yeah.
But I think I agree with that. And we spoke with Nate. Um, he was excited. Um, tried to ask a question, but the question was kind of both of my questions were taken. But he talked about, hey, growing up, to be here now and getting that call
Hmm.
and well, apparently it was Zoom, but regardless, like getting that notification, I mean, shout out to him as somebody that at least made trials. Um, hey, that's awesome,
Yeah.
and having known Olympians and swam with Olympians, it's no easy feat, and
Yeah.
like, Jim echoed it, like, that roster was small, we saw it announced today. It's not like your usual call-up roster where you have 3 keepers, you have 2.
Yeah, no, it's a small group that makes it, so it is a huge honor, and yeah, by the way, everyone listening, fun fact, yes, Kyle made Olympic trials, in swimming back in the day, so yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean,
Yes,
long, long time
and a
ago
guy
now.
I swam with in high school
Made the
actually made the
Olympic.
Olympics, he got 6th in breaststroke, Kyle Salyards, a different Kyle,
My rival.
but went
Fun
to high
fact,
school.
my rival.
Yeah, same age. So,
Yeah,
yeah, he actually won at the trials and then got 6th in
that was
Sydney. So
awesome.
so that's cool. So, like, but knowing a few people that have actually gone, and
Yeah.
it's just it's huge and some
One of my
you wouldn't
former
trade that for
teammates
anything.
got the silver. Sorry to talk over you.
Yeah.
And Jeremy Lin got silver.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, so I'm excited for those guys and their families to experience all that and represent the US well.
I think it's a great opportunity for the union.
Yeah.
You know, it was funny, like, they were like, "Hey, is your family going?" And it's like, the prices." And people were like, "Wait a minute, they don't pay?" I'm like,
Oh,
"Nope,
no, when my high school teammate made it, yeah,
you don't
we
get."
did a huge fundraiser for that for his family to go.
And people were like, "What? They don't pay for families?" No, they get a stipend.
Yeah, we did a big I mean, we raised money for Haley
Yeah.
Flickinger's family too, one of our, club swimmers that swam in the last Olympics,
I
so
remember now, luckily, when Jeremy qualified, it was in Atlanta.
yeah, so that's a
But
lot
I
easier.
remember my old coach telling me they still had to fundraise to get his
Yeah,
family to do it. I mean, it's not like, "Hey, you qualify, we're gonna bring your whole family." Nope,
right.
it's not. So, shout out to him, and it stinks because of the timing of the games. Nate also shared that they're gonna miss the opening ceremony.
Yeah,
And I shared with a couple people in press box. I mean, swimming kind of will have all the people there, but the meet starts the next day,
yeah,
so timing issues. Some people don't go.
yeah,
Depends on what the timing is. So it's not always the Olympic experience, but
mhm,
it's still an incredible honor. You're at the Olympics, you get to enjoy it. Some more than others,
yeah,
especially with swimming having 1 week there. We digress.
yeah.
Anyway, um, was Quinn snubbed?
Um, well,
Yep.
I think that Quinn had it's definitely a legitimate conversation. Did Quinn deserve to go? Quite possibly. I know Jim felt that way, but I also feel like
Has he done enough?
he hasn't like when you see some of the things that he misses and the shots he doesn't take and when he doesn't finish and all that stuff, then it's like, I mean, he's still stuff to work on, but also half the time he's playing out of his natural position, and I
Correct.
get that too. I think he would shine a lot more if he was playing more in his natural position.
Potentially.
I mean, we don't know because we haven't really gotten to see it as much.
Right.
So
And so I think
I think Quinn's a tremendous player, and I think he definitely has, not reached his ceiling at all. But yeah.
I saw somebody ask about Kevin. There was somebody off. Yes,
Okay.
I gotta go pull it up.
Okay. Can I
So
say no, no,
hold on.
okay,
Let
I
me
will have
finish.
thoughts.
I will go try to find it tonight. There was somebody, was it the official announcement or was it Bleacher Report? It was like, "Hey, why didn't they bring Kevin?" I'm like, "What? Number one, he's 14. Number two, where's he going?" Yeah. Anyway,
Okay, the
let's.
same thing I say to the people that want Kevin to go play with the first team right now, which maybe we'll see him sub in off the bench or something. But listen, he is 14. I work with people this age all day long, okay? And so to me, it's kind of crazy, but he's 14. He is phenomenal against people his age. Okay, the kid is a talent. Absolutely. I'm not questioning that. But putting him up against grown men right now, he's
Yeah,
doing great in Union too. And by the way, I mean, congrats to him on his first goal, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, I mean, he's doing great.
I'm wondering, and I'll maybe back to it
Talk
a
to
little.
me again in 4 years about
Yeah.
it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so that's a little couple updates on the union news. Let's get into Saturday. So you were at a wedding.
Yeah, so I did not attend the game. Yeah, one of my friends and coworkers got married. Congrats, Erica. And, and her Kyle, actually.
Yep.
So, I attended her wedding. I was down in Maryland, and so I was, during the reception, I had the game on my phone, and a bunch of us were sitting at the table at the reception, and, we'd get up and dance and do different stuff, but I pretty much had the game playing the whole time on my phone, and I actually watched it pretty well during the reception. And one of my coworkers, he's also a Philly fan, but he wants to get into the Union. But anyway, so we're like watching the game though the whole time, and
Right.
even my other coworker friends are there, and they're like, "Did they score yet?" And you didn't score, and I'm like, "No." I'm like, "You'll know when they do. If they do, you'll know." And I explained to them like, "Well," they're like, "Well, if it's still tied, will they go to like a shootout?" I'm like, "Nope, it'll just be a tie." And so I explained some of these things, but yeah, so but I was watching it, so I did get to see the majority of it, and then I did go back and rewatch some things too, but, yeah, that was pretty much what happened, and I was fully prepared if the Union were winning to leave and drive down to Chester and join in
Well,
the party, but I didn't have to.
no, you didn't have to.
I just went home.
The morning started off with a bang. Now, I was working all morning at my
Mhm.
mom's.
Yeah.
Um, so as I text a couple people, holy, what did I miss?
Mhm.
There was some news in the morning.
Yeah, so I was at home and I was following all that stuff, so
So why don't you update them?
okay. So, I had heard, of course, that there were plans to have some kind of protest and that it would not be known really exactly what it was. It wouldn't be disseminated amongst the Sons of Ben until the day of the game.
Right.
Okay. And
Which some people in the media had heard.
yeah. So, I mean, word was kind of getting around a bit
Yeah.
that there was some things going on. Anyway, so I followed on social media what was going on, and then they released a very hard to read statement, um, that I had to, like, zoom in and squint and try to decipher, so, and I know a lot of people had a problem with it too, about what the Sons of Ben were gonna do, which included basically being silent the first 5 minutes.
Right.
And so, uh, I mean, that was basically the major thing, and, yeah.
Then they retracted it.
Yeah, then there was a post
Mhm.
that, um, was a little sassy about people not being able to read it,
Right.
and with a better one, and then it was released that was retracted basically then, and a more readable, very simple kind of font message was put out.
Correct.
But this was just like a firestorm of people complaining about, A, it wasn't they weren't doing enough. B, this thing's hard to read. What the heck? It was just it the whole morning was just it was a mess.
Meanwhile, Union played soccer today.
Yeah. So
No, I was
mm,
catching up and yeah, I decided to head down earlier than I thought because my thought was I wanted to talk to some people.
yeah.
And so I did. And we got some clips, comments. We're not going to talk about some people didn't want to discuss, and obviously
Yeah.
not going to say, I mean, I'm sure if you're looking at me, you know who I talk to, but,
Yeah.
um,
I'm gonna have an article though, should hopefully have that out soon, that covers a lot of this and includes the clips.
and I want to say this, some people wanted to be talked off record and we're
Yeah.
going to replace it, but a lot of what I was hearing wasn't even about the protests. It was about ownership,
Mhm.
lack of, talent coming in, lack of, people were giving their opinions on what needs to be done, and I appreciate that. Others, I did not hear a lot. I only heard one person say close the curtain.
Okay. It's time for me to okay.
No, no, we're
No.
not gonna get there. Let me
Oh, you're trying to hold me back. Okay.
Okay, let's talk about
Repressing the females here. Okay. I'm just
it.
kidding.
Help, help, I'm being repressed.
Help, help. All the
Uh,
Monty Python
yes.
references. Help, help. I'm being repressed. Okay.
All right.
Anyway, so here I'm just going to address this right now. if you think it is time to close the curtain, you need to get a freaking clue. Okay? I'm censoring myself. Okay? Jim is not the problem. Is he perfect? No. Does he always make the, best decisions for subbing maybe? No. Also, what does he have to work with the subs in some cases? Okay? His hands are pretty tied. This is what he has to work with. Okay? Jim is a very good coach. He could go have huge success probably somewhere else where he has more resources. Okay? I think Jim has done a lot with a little. I think his players really respect him. I think that the locker room isn't necessarily the problem. And you always have some issues here and there with teams.
Right.
It happens, okay? But Jim, he is honestly doing the best he can with what he has. And this season has been a lot with injuries, players missing for various competitions, the amount of games, it's been what it is. And they ran it back from running it back. So that is not on Jim. Okay. So you need to look more towards, okay, Ernst and the ownership. Okay. Ernst hasn't quite hit on everything. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes if he's gone after players and it hasn't worked out. We don't know what's coming up with the transfer window. Hopefully they'll sign some people. According to some sources that I have, they're hoping to get more players, but I don't know anything specifically, but yes, I have sources too.
Unlike me. Anyway.
Anyway, so there's my rant. So shut up about close the curtain. That's my rant.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
You all are entitled to your opinions, but
Thanks.
respectfully, hush up.
Actually, no, I did not hear a lot of close the curtain. I heard one person say it, and then when I asked them, they were like, "Well, but if this was, MLS moves on," I'm like, and then we saw the Tom Bogert report that said, "Hey, you know, ownership, front office have full support." So,
Mhm.
I mean, is Jim perfect? Like you said, no. I mean, could he sub more? Maybe, but again, what's he got to sub? I mean, it's like he said, 21. What was on the bench when you have an $8 million striker coming off the bench? I mean, there are certain situations where yes, he could use subs more, and there are certain situations where maybe he didn't get the tactics right. Maybe he didn't get the formation right.
We were one quality sub really away from winning the MLS Cup. When you are in the MLS Cup and you have Chris Donovan coming off the bench versus Gareth Bale, oh, he's speaking his name, coming off the bench.
No, you're right. I mean, there are certain situations. However, having said that, the most of the stuff was the roster
Mhm.
limitations,
Yeah.
um, you know, ownership. I mean, we heard it all. And you are gonna release that. So I actually had some really good conversations off camera, off
Mhm.
mic with some people that,
Yeah.
hey, we just wanted to have some conversation. Wanted to find out more about this
Yeah.
protest, found some things out,
Just get, feedback from
where
people
people's heads are, where people's hearts are at,
because I
and
don't think everyone's thoughts were taken into account with going forward with this.
and that's where I think we need to go with this.
Yes, we do.
Because look, we have people that we know that we've talked to, developed some good relationships
Yes.
with.
Like, first of all, let it be known, I am not attacking any individual people
No,
here.
we're not.
I like the people that are on the Sons of Ben board. I've gotten to know these people, you know. Thank you for volunteering and doing these things.
Yeah, no, this is not that.
Not personally attacking anyone.
What we're talking about is the plan.
Yeah.
The plan. What is the plan? Because three people have said we got a plan, we got a plan, we got a plan.
The
Great.
plan was lame. I'm sorry. I'm just putting that out there.
It was. And we had people. I've talked to some of our friends in 136. They
Grow a pair and do more. I'm sorry. I'm feeling spicy tonight.
I know you are, and it's okay.
I have thoughts.
We all have
Yeah.
thoughts. And again, at least, I appreciate the action.
I appreciate they're trying to do something.
I
Okay.
do.
I
But here's where I got a problem.
but do more.
Where I have a problem with, and I will say this right now, is how should I say this? After the game, I'll go here. After the game, they're going to meet with the front office.
Yeah.
Jay Sugarman owns the team
Yeah.
along with the board.
Mhm.
If you walk into that office and he says, "Thanks for meeting with us. Here's our plan. That's what the plan's going to be." And you give your demands, he's like, "That's nice. What's your pivot? What's your pivot?" Because he owns the team.
Mhm.
Now you can say, "Well, we're going to protest and do this and yeah, yeah, yeah." Great. And we'll all be like, "Okay, great." But you brought up an interesting point. So are people still going to show up? Okay, they don't. But is the casual fan going to still show up? Maybe not. Maybe they will. Have a plan. Have a backup plan. That's all I'm going to say on the topic.
Yeah.
And maybe you do, and that's great if you do. But why would Jay sell the team? You have the Apple money.
He's not gonna
MLS
sell the
money
team.
is making so much money right now. He's
He
not going to sell the team.
No.
So where are we going to hit him? Merch? Sure. Yeah, that's great. Season tickets? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Concessions? Yeah.
Don't buy concessions
Don't
inside.
go Union Yards.
Yeah.
All that stuff. I agree
Go eat at the
100%.
Sons of Ben tailgate. It's a much better deal anyway.
Anyway,
Okay?
or go tailgate
Or
on your
tailgate
own.
your own. Don't buy anything and one thing, okay, on that topic, okay? The only thing I buy inside ever anyway is water because they won't let us bring in water except for when it's a heat wave.
And
Okay?
that's another thing.
For
You
a
want me to rant?
sustainable, yeah, for them touting their whole like sustainability thing. Okay, you can cut down on a lot of trash and stuff if you simply allow refillable water bottles or allow people to bring in a water bottle. Okay, but especially the refillable thing, install some refillable water fountains, the water bottle types. Okay.
Anyway,
But that's it. Yeah.
anyway, I just have a problem because it's just gotten ugly.
Yeah.
People attacking
It's
people,
so divisive. And
and
we have we have enough divisive like political climate and everything going on. And here's just one more thing, you know.
and the other thing I have a problem with too is the whole message at the end of the game. All right, I'm going to say it now. I don't know who to believe, but I've heard other things that I'm not going to bring it up. But when was the protest the exact result?
Okay. I feel like it was misleading and it was made to sound like the protest led to the ownership wanting to
Now,
talk with
now
Sons of
was
Ben.
that communications telling us one thing and Sons of Ben telling us other? I don't know. I'm not going to speculate, but
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to
Just
get in
that's
that.
what it made it sound like.
It did, and
That was the perception.
that was the perception.
Okay. Um, yeah.
But anyway,
So I
go ahead.
so first of all, let's talk about what went down then. Okay, first of all, I think everyone agrees we support the players. We
Correct.
support the coaching staff and the players on the field. We want them to do well. This protest is not towards them. We want to still support the team.
Correct.
Okay. So Sons of Ben came in and they just sat silent for the first 5 minutes. Meh. Okay. And then, but to our friends in 136,
You stood
they stood
and lit,
silently. They stood.
and credit to you.
Yes. And so shout out to them. And I know several people who, yeah, they just stood silently the whole game. I mean, I think their plan was to just cheer, anything good the union did, but
Right.
otherwise they're going to stand silently, not chant. Okay. Like, do that the whole game. I think that's fine. I think
Yeah.
that's a better plan, to be honest. And yeah, that sends more of a message. Okay. I think that would have been a better plan than the first 5 minutes. Okay. I I know the 5 minute silent thing was to, represent the 5 game losing streak or whatever, but No, no, no. You don't send much of a message there. Meanwhile, it was mostly overshadowed by what was going down with Keystone State Ultras. So let's talk about that.
Yeah. So let me share the clip. All right. So anyway, let's share some stuff here real quick here. All right, I'm gonna get in here. And we're gonna move on. I can get up here. All right, so this is a beautiful day. There's a boat coming through. This is before the game.
Yes.
Some boats were coming through. That was great. Here's Jack and Nate.
Getting
Get,
honored with the Olympics. All
and
right.
then
Okay. So the sign that everyone was talking about,
and there was another sign
there was
over
a
there.
sell the team sign on the left side there, and this is up in 140 in the KSU. And then there was the very now famous sign that KSU's had. Um, basically the Sugarman out one.
Yep.
So this caused a big thing.
All right.
And did you have video of that or no?
No,
There
I
is
did.
video out there, obviously. You guys can all see it. So basically, it was confiscated.
Mm-hmm.
And, I, it was confiscated. Mark Evans went up and confiscated it. And here's the thing. First of all, some people name dropped him on social media, and this caused a whole thing.
Which is not the greatest thing.
And no, and while the optics of this obviously were not good, like going and confiscating the sign that was critical of ownership,
But
um,
apparently that's MLS
it
policy.
was an MLS policy, what we were told. It was not because of the message of it. It was more of like the sign didn't adhere to the rules.
I
Okay.
guess.
Supposedly. And so that was the thing. And Mark was just doing his job.
Right.
And so he's just kind of like, he was being attacked then. Supposedly, we heard that there were even like death threats being launched at him from people.
I will say this. I know what I heard. I'm not That's what I heard, and that's what was tweeted out by somebody in the media.
And even people in KSU were like, we don't call out Mark. He was just doing his job. We have a good relationship with him and
And
everything.
here's the thing, as soon as that sign was taken down, guess who was chanting right away?
KSU's.
KSU was chanting. And
Yep.
there was a weird, awkward 2 to 3 minutes where Sons of Ben was just standing there.
Mm-hmm.
JSU was chanting.
Yeah.
Now, that's Sons of Ben, that's the board's choice. That's
Yeah.
fine. But it's just, I don't know. It's just weird. And so people ask me, and I've talked to some people from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot worse things that have happened.
Yeah, that's the thing. The people that
That's
have been
not as
around. Yeah.
bad as this seems either. That's the other thing. It's not as bad as it seems. This
Right.
has happened before, and I
Yeah.
think we have so many new fans that, you know, people forget the history,
Yeah, like this is like things are not as bad as when they did the coffin
or other things which I'll not
or
get
other things,
into.
but just like, yeah. So I've heard some people who've been around for quite a while saying, yeah, it could be so much worse.
And it has been so much
And
worse.
yeah, and they're like,
But my thing
seriously.
is, I think even they're starting to get fed up with certain things going on, not with supporters, with ownership.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a telling sign.
Mm-hmm. Like
Um,
ownership's been cheap.
the ownership's been cheap, but I will say this, and some people brought this up in the press box. Good point. You looked at Union 2's roster on
Mhm.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
McConaughey's on that roster,
Yep.
signing. Perrion is on that roster,
Verdesio,
is on that roster.
Gabo.
Gabo is on that roster.
You have all these players.
Only.
Well,
Well,
only in
he's
Vasquez, but they were like, but
they're
again,
new.
yeah.
Then there was situations there.
But
Same
the
with
other,
Rick.
yeah, but the other ones, yeah, it's like those were signs like we are the U22 like initiative signing that has been totally bungled.
And I love McConaughey.
Yeah,
And Jim has said his praise
Kanye's a
before.
great kid and he's working hard and doing well. And I know Jim really wants to get him in there, but he's just not ready. And it's just like, it's just how it's
And
been.
Brendan Craig's in El Paso.
Yeah. So it's just
We
they
haven't hit. Ernst
yeah.
hasn't hit. And you could say
The only one that really has been was like when he got Damian Lowe. Like that's really the only one that is
And
really
listen, I
taken
don't know
off.
if Rush Joy's gonna listen to this or not. You made some you were cooking today, and I really
Yeah.
enjoyed your post, and I
Yeah,
think a lot
Russ
of
Joy
people
was cooking. Like,
well,
honestly, go
yeah,
listen to his thoughts and
and I
this
can't wait till I hear tomorrow's.
yeah,
But the one thing I will say about that is when he was talking about Ernst, and
mhm,
I'm like, "Look, I agree, he's made some great signings,
yeah.
but he has missed on a lot
Like,
as of late."
Kai, amazing signing,
Right,
okay? There's
he's hit
been a bunch of
diamonds.
signings, but lately, it's always, "What have you done for me lately?"
It has been, and that's my concern, but also and we don't know everything.
No, we don't.
I do agree with he talked about the puff piece
Yeah.
because he's spot hit the nail right on the head.
Yes.
So how much is Sugarman telling Ernst what he wants him to do, and Ernst is following it?
Yeah.
That's the question. But anyway,
Yeah, we don't know the inner workings, but, um,
here's my whole thing with this whole thing. Support the team,
yes.
support the coaches, support the technical staff.
Yeah.
That's what we really want.
Yeah. We love this team, we want them to
Yeah.
do well, we support them, and yeah. So we're gonna keep going to games and keep supporting the team and everything. And but it's just frustrating when you want the best for these guys. You want them to be successful. And they were so close. And just like I know like Russ said on his part on his podcast, just you were right there. You were right there. You had the notice of the city.
And he ran it back
And
again.
you
He
ran it
did,
back instead of making the team better.
and then he ran it back again, thinking maybe he hit lightning and Bob. And what happened?
Run
Nothing.
no, yeah. I
And
mean,
now injuries, Kranz is gone, and there's another thing. I mean, Kranz is gone. You didn't win a trophy with him,
nope.
so I mean, yeah, no one saw it coming. I get it, but hey,
The difference is like
here
with
we are.
yeah.
What do we do moving forward? And I
Mhm.
feel like there's a lot more. We've said this a million times. A lot more questions than answers.
Yeah, to use the Phillies as an example, after they lost the World Series in 2022, they didn't just run it back.
Yeah.
They made a few moves, tried to get the team better. They went out, got
However,
Trey Turner,
I will
okay?
say this: people are like, spend
Yeah.
money, spend money, spend
I
money.
think you have to spend tons of money.
The window doesn't open yet.
No, you can't yeah.
Let's all calm down
Yeah, we'll
about
come
that,
down on that a second.
okay?
We don't know
Because
what
number
they're doing right
one, we
now.
don't know. Could they sign some fourth division Scandinavian striker that we've never heard of
Quite
as
possibly.
that scored 30
Yeah.
goals in a season at I don't know.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is maybe, maybe not. Maybe there's a better signing out there.
Mhm.
I think we all just need to relax.
Yeah.
And I know that's hard for fans and
Mhm.
people, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
If we get to the August, Leafs Cup's over, we got 9 games and they've done nothing. Do I expect them to do anything? No, not really. I expect them to maybe get some more filling pieces. Let's see what they do.
Yeah.
The union deserve that.
Yeah.
But I think at the same time, if this protest does pan out and there's meaningful changes, awesome.
Yeah.
We're all for it.
Yeah.
And we want Sons of Ben to do that. But I also would love to have seen other groups involved. I get that maybe there's some support group rules involved. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah. Like,
we
should
don't
do you
know all
think
that.
KSU should be involved in this?
I mean, apparently they're not registered, but I don't get
I don't
that.
know all like the rules
I
for
don't
everything
need
and
it. And I'm not
everything,
going to
but
speculate and comment.
no.
I don't know.
So,
Anyway, like I said in my article, let's talk about soccer.
yeah.
There was
So,
a game,
yeah. So let's finally get to the game.
and it was a 0-0 draw.
It
And
was.
that is our review for the game. So thank you for tuning in. Yeah.
No. Okay. Bright spots, first of all.
Bright spots, we
Okay.
got a clean sheet.
Andrew Rick did a very good job.
You did decent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
He had some real nice saves.
can we credit Red Bulls for not being able to hit the target?
Yeah,
Because
because
there were several
they had some
times
big misses.
they had some bigger misses than the Union.
Yeah,
Now,
they
the
did.
Union had some big misses as well. Danny skied him over. This was a game of misses and misses and misses and misses. I mean, Quinn
Mhm.
missing, Danny missed a couple times.
Yeah.
Both Rick and Cornell made great saves
Yeah.
at night. And did the Union probably do more? Yes. I thought throughout the night they did create some chances they just couldn't
Mhm.
finish. That's been the
Yeah.
story of the season. Did I think Red Bull had more dangerous chances? Yes. Do I feel that Red Bull could easily stolen 3 points? Yes.
Yeah.
Do I think that walking out Subaru Park 0-0 draw is good for the team? Yes.
Was I very okay with them having a 0-0 draw? Yes, because it was not a loss. I felt like it was a step in the right direction. Did we want goals? Obviously.
Right.
But I think the fact that the defense held up
For the
for
most
the most
part.
part, and again, they were benefited by Red Bulls not being able to finish in some cases, for sure. But I think it was a good boost of confidence. I think that was good for Andrew Rick. I feel like
And he
that
made
was
some
good.
really nice
He
saves
did.
there towards the end.
I feel like that probably really helps his confidence. Um, I thought that Jack McGlynn had a fantastic game.
Some of the balls he was playing, um, and no, I'm not gonna go there. You all know where I was gonna go at. I thought he played
Yes.
some very nice passes, some through balls, some balls that just missed the mark. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, I'm thinking about what you were gonna say because I know you said it about Kai one time.
and I said it Bizo too. I was like, he played some nice balls. Uh, uh,
Said he had some.
yeah, right.
As a middle school teacher, I know not I'm very careful about my word choice.
I thought Lowe was fine on the night.
It was
He
nice to
made
have him
some,
back.
he did some nice recoveries. I know Jim doesn't like three in the back.
Yes.
My concern is we saw Harriel, and thought Elliott for sure got subbed out for Bizo. But I was really concerned there. He looked like his hamstring was tightening up.
Yeah.
Harold looked like he does, but I think he's fine.
Yeah.
We didn't ask. I think that's a question we should ask this week about Jack. He
Yeah.
looked like he's Jake was fine on the night. Thought Kai was fine. I mean, the back line did enough. They had some breakdowns and they gave away some opportunities. Thought Flock had a nice game, but I mean, overall, I thought Jack McGlynn had the best game of the night. I thought Harrell was fine. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think what you want is confidence.
Yeah.
Does that provide some confidence for a team? Sure.
Yeah.
Am I going to say the Union are back? Absolutely not.
No.
Um,
It was a step in the right direction.
but we've had these conversations before
Hmm.
this year.
Yeah. So we'll see how they do in Toronto. We should have Jose Martinez back.
Should.
Also, yeah. And credit to Jose Martinez, first of all. He had a tremendous
Yes,
he
it's
had
tough.
okay, he was tremendous for Venezuela. He played
Yeah.
so well, and that was great to see because he was a little shaky for some of the season here for us. So, it was really great to see that, and I hope he can bring that same play back to the Union. I know for him, he's very proud to represent his country, and I'm sure that played a part in there, but I think hopefully that momentum that he has hopefully created will carry back into Union and his play because we definitely need that from him.
Yep. If he can play with that passion, that's going to be a big
Yep.
step going forward.
Yep.
Hey, look, Union just need to get healthy. Blake
Yeah.
probably is going to be back
He
here,
said he should be training this week.
so we'll
Um,
play in Toronto. Who knows?
yeah,
We'll
we don't know
find
if
out.
he's ready. We'll find out. And Bedoya was back in for a little bit.
And I asked about that. I was sitting up there when he came in, and I said, "Oh, are you going to risk that with 10 minutes left?" I get why Jim brings him in.
Yeah.
Wanted to create opportunities to try to get that goal, get 3 points.
I think he was good to have at the end too, like trying to help them preserve at least.
Skylar and I are sitting there watching him walk on, and he looked he still looked like he was favoring. And
Yeah.
now I'm not a doctor, I'm not going to speculate. I'm just looking at my eyes going the way he was running right at the beginning. Now, as he started, maybe he was tight, maybe he was still trying to warm up.
Yeah.
Even when he was kind of warming up, it was like, oh no, is he fully 100%? Maybe he's never going to be. But that's why I asked. I was like, Jim, did you have any questions and concerns? Jim's like, look, Allie's been through this. So,
Yeah. I
hey, as the good news is he took a risk, hey, good.
Yeah, and I think
'Cause they're gonna need him.
Yeah, and I think just having his presence on the field
Absolutely.
was good to help keep them focused at the end there, and because think about how much games have been blown lately.
Yep.
Could having Ale in against Chicago at the end have made a difference? Maybe.
Who knows?
Having his presence there. Did we certainly miss him in MLS Cup? I always said yes, that was
Oh,
huge. I
absolutely.
think that
That
made
goes without saying.
yeah, so it's like his beyond his skills as a player, I think just his veteran presence and leadership, a lot can be said about that for sure. And not having Andre either. So like Andre getting him back could be huge. Obviously, besides his goalkeeping skills. And I know Mikel Ua is not quite there, but he's on the way back. And
Yeah, let's get this team healthy, see where they're at.
yeah, so let's see how it goes. I mean, I know even when we had most of the players, they were still struggling, but I think, yeah, Andre is very, very important to this team. So that we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. So last topic, Union 2.
Yeah, so um just backtracking a little, I actually had the opportunity to go. I went to training on Friday,
Yes, you did.
um, down at the complex there. And so I saw Union 2 training and whew, it was hot out on Friday. But so it was good to go do that for the first time since due to my work schedule, I can't usually do that sort of thing. But um yeah, so I watched training there and then I spoke with Coach Marlon LeBlanc after practice, and also I spoke with Eddie Davis, so I have I'll have those things up. And yeah, so it was great to talk to them and they're really having a lot of success. I appreciate seeing the training as a coach myself of obviously different sport, but I appreciate, how all that is run, for instance. And but yeah.
I will say this, go follow that, go check out the episode, with Eddie Davis. It's a good interview.
Mhm.
One of her, another one of our YouTube interviews. We got another one coming up in the works. We
Yeah.
won't announce who it is yet, but we got another one.
Yeah.
Uh, and also, I really just want to say, hey, YouTube right now are doing some good things. Also, Kevin has first goal.
Yeah, so they played.
Go vote.
Yeah. So Union 2, they played the Revs 2 on Saturday at the same time. We had as I said, it was a double dupe day. So they played at the same time, really,
It
that the
was.
first team was playing. So they were away at New England. And so the first they won 2-1, and the first goal was off an own goal off of a Revs player.
Famous player own goal. Legend.
Yes. Yes, and it was off I think it was off a corner,
Yep.
and their player headed it right into the goal. And so then though, later Cavan had a wonderful goal, kind of like a sliding goal there.
Yeah.
A little yeah, it was great. It's currently up for goal of the match week for MLS Next Pro. So go vote for Cavan. Embarrassingly, they spelled his name wrong.
Is it Caven?
It's literally spelled Cavin on the
Caven?
on the
Caven.
on the poll, but it's Cavan is
I know.
correct. And anyway, so that is up for the gold oath. So that was great, and they ended up winning 2-1. So
And they
they
remain
just keep
first
rolling.
place.
First place in the Eastern.
Third
Yeah,
overall in the MLS Next Pro. Hey,
yeah, they're doing phenomenal job, and it's tough because of the fluidity of their team because some players get called up to the first team,
simple.
some players come down from the first team.
Some
They
players
have the
go in their
U17s,
U17s coming
and I
in.
I spoke with Marlon about this, and yeah, and he said, yeah, they're integrating the U17s now, and so there's a lot of that going on. But he again mentioned that they just have such a great team chemistry
Yep.
and they all like really support each other. And so really, I mean, it's tremendous vibes going on with those guys. And, Eddie pretty much said the same things. So yeah, I mean, big things for them.
They're playing on Thursday at home, so go,
Yeah,
head
against
out
yeah, home game
and,
versus Chattanooga, 6
yeah,
PM.
you probably gonna be down there.
Yeah, I am planning on going and
I'm gonna try to get down, depending on my
yeah.
schedule. So
And then yeah, I ended up after that training, I did stay for the first team training, which I didn't actually get to see because they ended it early because it was so hot out. They ended it before the media could come watch, but I was there for the press conference then in person. So that was my first time actually going in person. So that
Yeah,
was cool.
so
So
it was.
yeah,
So, Union back in action and on the road in Toronto. If you're going to look for towards the end of the week a travel blog from me, have an article up recapping the weekend that was.
Kyle, have you ever been to Toronto?
Once for a swim event. No,
I was there in high school for a
I was there
school trip once.
once.
It's been a long time.
It was NCAA's was right outside Toronto. We had like media. This is back in like 2000 or something.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's a trip I want to make eventually. Obviously not this year, just too much going on, but um
but
that
anyway.
yeah, it's a cool city though. I would like to go eventually.
So if
So,
you're going up, have a safe and wonderful trip up and
we
support the team.
yeah, so we have yeah, we haven't really figured out where we're gonna watch it at home, or maybe we'll end up at Beer Hall at least for some of it in Lancaster. But shout out Beer Hall in Lancaster,
Yeah, if
good
you're
place to go
luck.
watch the game.
Yep,
They have some great German pub food there and the drinks and everything. So fun place to watch.
yep.
We're not sponsored by them, but we're shouting them out. So
So that's all for this episode of the One Team We Agree On.
yeah, make sure to like and subscribe and leave us comments. We love hearing from you and send us your ideas and thoughts. And I'm sure many people have thoughts,
Oh,
just
I'm
as we
sure.
do.
Just after this episode. So anyway, till next time, I'm Kyle.
I'm Jillian.
We'll see you at the game.